boxing has some of the absolute worst fans in any sport. Um, but these are the absolute worst fans, and it started um, in a place that I wasn't expecting, and it's now in another place that I'm not expecting, that I didn't expect. So let's talk about this.
Straighter, not a roundhouse right hand.
And that's what we've been talking about. The straight shot is the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill
Pull
somebody
back
for
a little
few
bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Yo, it's the best, fight the best. If you ain't with the moto, just click the link, bitch, and get buried like the rest. It ain't gonna work how you want it. These trolls already tried, too many come but don't leave. So if you hear, you gotta die. I'm spitting straight facts. These bitches crying cause they hate that. The LDBC's the top topic, bitch, hate that. We the ones that bring the truth to these fans. So while you hate, I'ma laugh and keep counting these bands. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link, get the dance. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you.
Welcome to the graveyard.
This is where it started for me. This right here, where you have to say, these have got to be some of the worst fans in the world. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao his fans are top 5 worst fans in all of boxing. There was a level of delusion with Pac-Tards that was super wild. They wanted Floyd Mayweather to fight this man without any drug testing. The only thing Floyd Mayweather called out Pacquiao for the fight. Manny Pacquiao was not worried about no Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather called out Pacquiao. Now, when Floyd Mayweather called out Pacquiao, they were supposed to fight 2010 in March. Floyd Mayweather Sr. said, only thing we're asking for is blood tests, drug tests, that's it. They refused. They made every kind of excuse, but the one that sticks out the most was that Manny Pacquiao is scared of needles. Now, Manny Pacquiao has never tested positive for any type of drug. But when someone says he's scared of needles, when this man is filled to the brim with tattoos, it should have, for Pac-Tards, that should have been it right there. That should have been the, wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute. I understand if you're scared of needles. I get it. But you have multiple tattoos. How is that your excuse? How is that your, it's unbelievable that your excuse to not fight Floyd Mayweather right now is that you're scared of needles. And instead of the Pac-Tards saying, which is why I call them Pac-Tards, instead of them being like, damn, that's right. That's wild. That's wild. You're scared of needles, yet you have all these tattoos. Something's not adding up. Instead of them doing that, they made up the name Flomo. Then they started to say Floyd is chicken. Floyd's scared. Floyd's a coward. He won't fight Manny Pacquiao. Just fight. So what they were essentially saying is, just fight Manny Pacquiao, all drugged up. Then they try to say, oh, well, Floyd Mayweather was on drugs. Floyd did it too, which was not true because he was the one that was asking for blood tests. He was the one that was asking for Olympic-style drug testing. That's all he asked for. Later on down the line, the money came into play, but originally all he asked for was Olympic-style drug testing. That's it. Took 5 years to get that. 5 years. Within those 5 years, Manny Pacquiao's knockouts started to dwindle down. He wasn't getting them no more. Within those 5 years, Manny Pacquiao started to get his ass whooped and got knocked out himself. Going the distance with Sambo Bradley, amongst other people. Chris Algieri. Yeah, the knockout power sort of went away. Now, I'm not saying he was on drugs because he was never caught on drugs. What I am saying is, before the Olympic-style drug testing, he was obliterating people. After the Olympic-style drug test came to the picture, he was not. It is what it is. But for the simple fact that the fans could not look at this and be like, okay, I'm a fan of Pacquiao. I think Pacquiao beats Floyd. I do. I think he beats him. But this isn't adding up. That's not adding up. You couldn't do that. No, you got to shit on Floyd. Flomo, he's a chicken. He's a coward. Well, who cares? Why don't you just fight him anyway? Why are you caring about drug tests? This is crazy. You just care about drug tests. I can't believe you care worried about no drug tests. This is crazy, man. I can't believe it. And then when they fought, after slaughtering Floyd for years, just disrespecting the man at all costs, when they fought and Floyd beat this man easy, this man said he had a shoulder injury and he healed it in the waters, the salt waters of Lake Minnetonka. And you guys ran with it. And are still running with it to this day. Still, to this day, still running with it. You're still to this day talking about, well, if we would have gave him a rematch, rematch. To this day, still saying it. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao has top 5, top 10, top 6 at the latest. Worst fighters in the sport of boxing is Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao and Pac-Tarts. After Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao and Pac-Tarts came Cinnamon Clitoris and Bum Lofkin. Now, both of these guys have an insane fan base, right? Both of them. But Canelo Alvarez's fan base is top 5 worst. It's top 5 worst. I think Canelo Alvarez's fan base is worse than Pac-Tarts. They're worse than Pac-Tarts. I mean, the only fighter that Manny Pacquiao didn't fight was Floyd Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao fought. Now, he fought them when they were a little bit past it or a little bit past it, but he still fought them. He still fought them, right? When they were a little bit past it, when they were still right there. Didn't have to do too much calling to get Pacquiao. It was, Shane Mosley called him out, and then like a year later he fought him. A year or two later he fought him. Right after he fought Floyd Mayweather, then he fought him. That was the thing about Pacquiao. Pacquiao will fight fighters right after Floyd Mayweather fought him. It was good for doing that. Or he would fight them like when he drained them down and fight him, but he still fought them. He'd fight him before Floyd, but drain him down. Cinnamon Clitoris made an entire weight class for himself. 155. And his fans ran with it. This man blatantly ducked Jermell Charlo at 54. Blatantly ducked Demetrius Andrade at 54. Blatantly ducked Jamal Charlo at 160. Blatantly ducked Golovkin at 160. Blatantly avoided them. Blatantly. Not just, we don't really know, we're not really sure. No, blatantly ducked them. Took his belt and threw it in the trash because they forced him to fight Golovkin. Threw his belt away because they forced him. Forced him. You will fight Golovkin. Threw his belt in the trash. I was born ready. You're not going to force me nothing. Then they changed because they want that Canelo money. They want those Canelo sanctioning fees. Made up an entirely new belt specifically for him. Specifically for him. This is after he popped dirty for clenbuterol. Let this sink in. After he popped dirty for clenbuterol. After that, they made a whole new belt for him, and him alone. It was just for Canelo. Nobody else in the whole sport of boxing had one. It was just him, a belt that he had that he could never lose. Mind you, it was the same belt that he threw in the trash. But they said, oh, he's done so much for the sport of boxing. But he threw your belt in the trash. So you made him a specific one that he cannot lose. He has no mandatories for. And then you blamed his mandatory. Said his mandatory, Jamal Charlo, didn't do anything to deserve to fight him. You blamed his Mando. After making a belt specifically for him. And the fans, his fans cheered it on. His fans, oh, that's right, man. What did Charlo do? Well, Golovkin is nobody. We need the Floyd Mayweather rematch. Top 5 worst than Pacquiao fans. Worse. This man, Manny Pacquiao, moved up in weight classes, right? He moved up in weight classes, and he fought the first or second top guy up there. And he moved up, fought the first or second, moved up, fought the only one time where he fought the fourth guy, but the fourth guy was a champion. Cinnamon Clitoris moved up because there was heat in his way. That's why he moved up. Yeah, well, I want to be undisputed at 160 until you have to fight Demetrius Andrade. Then you drop all the belts and go to 68. After claiming that you can't even make 160. That's the whole reason for 155. Manny Pacquiao never did no shit like that. Manny Pacquiao never said, well, I want to fight you for the 147-pound title, but we need to fight at Pacquiao. And Pacquiao weight is 142. It's 142. He never did that. He never said this is what we're... Now, don't get it twisted. He absolutely fought lighter than other fighters, but he didn't say, you have to fight me at this one, and you can't gain any more weight at all. You must fight at this weight and this weight only. 142. No, there was wiggle room. There was zero wiggle room with this guy. Zero. You guys condoned it. You allowed it. You were A-OK with it. Pathetic. Absolutely insane. Golovkin fans are probably number 11 or low top 10 because these dudes are so delusional that said he's better than Marvelous Marvin Hagler and ran with it. Man had a belt at the same time that Felix Sturm had a belt, but for some strange reason he was a champion too. Said how many title defenses he have. What are you talking about? This man was elevated, but nobody said anything about Mickey Mouse belts or email belts at all. He was blatantly elevated. He never beat Felix Sturm. He was elevated to that belt. Elevated. He fought for a vacant one and then was elevated, so he never fought anybody for the WBA strap. He never fought anybody. Whatever, that email stuff only applies to one fighter, but whatever. So his fans were delusional too, but they were not worse than Canelo fans. They're not worse. Canelo fans right now will be like, oh, look at Canelo's resume. And then they'll say Amir Khan, and they'll put a picture of Canelo Alvarez doing this. With Amir Khan on there. Amir Khan, a dude who was a career 147 pound, not even 140, 140, he was down there. He just moved up to 47. He was a career little nigga, and you bring him up to 160 and was getting your ass whipped by a 140 pounder who ended up fucking getting greedy and got caught and knocked out like everybody else knocked him out. All of his losses are by knockout. But yet you knock him out, putting him on your resume, you out here like, and the Canelo fans are like, what now? This is King Nello. Bro, you had an opportunity to be undisputed in 3 weight classes. You beat Jermell. You beat motherfucking Demetrius Andrade. You are the undisputed 154-pound champion. That's you. Then you move up. You beat Golovkin. You beat motherfucking Billy Ho. You're the undisputed champion at 160. You move up to 170, 168 and do what you did. You're now the 3-division undisputed champion. You had all that in front of you. And you jumped around to do what you wanted to do, not what was good for the fans, what was good for you. And your fans praised you for it. Fucking bonkers. Canelo can do whatever he wants. Floyd did it. Floyd did it. So because Floyd did something, it was A-okay for somebody else to do it. But then when I say, oh, well, this fighter took less to make undisputed, you guys come back to me, same people, and say, just because he did it doesn't mean somebody else got to do it. This is y'all, man. And this is not just Canelo fans, but they've done it too. Floyd did it. Why, Floyd? Why you say something to me when Floyd did it? You didn't say nothing about Floyd, but Floyd did it. Floyd did it too. So, Pactards are right behind cinnamon clitoris fans. They're right behind it. Golovkin is rounding out the bottom 10. His weird ass squad is rounding out the bottom 10. So we move on. So after Canelo is still ongoing, but for a time there it sort of died down. And it died down during this time frame. This is the time frame it died down. Anthony Joshua is top 5. Anthony Joshua's fans are top 5 worst fans in the sport of boxing. So you call this man out. You say you will knock him out in 3 rounds. So the man says, I was going to let the young boy live. But if you calling me out, so don't wait, make the date. If you knock me out in 3 rounds, then make the fucking fight then. That's what this man said. Conceding to you the A side. Conceding that to you. Immediately conceded it to you. When he was a champion before you. But he immediately conceded it to you. If that's the case, if you knock me out in 3 rounds, then make the fucking fight. Make the fucking fight. So after Anthony Joshua called out Deontay Wilder, for the next 3 to 4 years, this man going on telling the world on why he don't have to fight Deontay Wilder. So you call the man out, and then you go on for the next 3 to 4 years saying why you don't have to call the man out, why you don't have to fight him. All the while, paying fucking percentages to every other champion, to include Charles Martin. Charles Martin made more than Anthony Joshua did. Vladimir Klitschko got 50-50. Joseph Parker got 35%. You gave everybody else a percentage. Everybody else. Until it came to Deontay Wilder. The one person that you and your team said we're saving. Y'all want to fight Wilder. We're going to fight Wilder when we're in a position to win. That's what he said. Those are his words. We will fight Deontay Wilder when we are in a position to win. It doesn't matter when we fight him. It doesn't matter. Holyfield is a boss. Yeah, it doesn't matter when we fight. It don't matter when. What matters is putting his name on the resume. So what we're going to do is we're going to age this man out. The same thing Floyd did with Tank Davis and Lomachenko. The same thing. We're going to age this man out. And it don't matter. It doesn't matter when. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that I put the man on the resume. That's all that matters. That's what he said. And y'all grazed right past that. Anthony Joshua fans y'all are top 5 easy. Top 5 easy. Easy top 5. Easy. Just, listen. Anthony Joshua called him out. But Deontay Wilder's commercial value. Wilder's legs. Like, bro, you called this man out for a fight. He was trying to fight Tyson Fury. You called him out for a fight. When you called him out for a fight, he said, fine. Then don't wait, make the date. And from that point on, you spent the next 4 years talking about how you don't gotta fight him. Giving me every fucking excuse on why Anthony Joshua don't gotta fight him. And then have the audacity to try to flip the script and say, Wilder ducked Joshua. You're the A side. You sent contracts. What contract did you send that Wilder ducked? What contract? What are you talking about? Oh, BFTB. He sent one with Povetkin. Okay, cool. He sent one for Povetkin. Sent one. That man sent a fucking flat fee offer of some garbage. Deontay Wilder gave him a counter offer of what he asked for. Yeah, here's $12 million flat. Mind you, Joseph Parker got a percentage. Yeah, 35%. Vladimir Klitschko got 50%. Joseph Parker Charles Martin made more. He made more money than Anthony Joshua. But they skate past all three of those things. But when it comes to Deontay Wilder, here's a flat fee of $12 million. You can't dictate, you can't say nothing, you can't blah, blah, blah. He said, no problem. We will counter offer. And in the midst of them trying to put together a package to counter offer, Anthony Joshua said, give me $50 million. So they gave him $50 million. And instead of Anthony Joshua fans being mad at Joshua, you blamed Deontay Wilder. Oh, the money wasn't real. Money's not real. It's on BT. No, it's on BT. BF is on BT. He can't fight on BT Sports. Can't. And then the proof was showed that it wasn't on BT. It was on Sky. And you just changed the subject. Well, yeah, listen, look at his legs. Look at Wilder's legs, though. Look at his legs. Look at Wilder's legs. Wilder only fights bums. Why come? That's what y'all said to me. You didn't say why or how come. You said, why come? Why come Wilder never unified? Wow. Because the champions avoided him. That's why he never unified. They avoided him. That's why. You motherfuckers are your Anthony Joshua fans. Top 5 worst fans easy. Anthony Joshua fans are worse than Pactards. They're worse than Pactards and they're worse than Canelo Alvarez fans. Absolutely worse than Canelo. Absolutely. So Anthony Joshua skates all the way around Deontay Wilder. The equivalent would be Canelo Alvarez saying that he wants undisputed at 168. That's what he wants. And then telling him everybody's ducking him. And nobody wants no smoke with Canelo Alvarez. And he beats 3 white guys. And then David Benavidez is the last fight. And instead of fighting David Benavidez, he says, David Benavidez is ducking me. When David Benavidez says, give me anything you think I'm worth. Anything. But if I beat you, you take that in the rematch. If I beat you. And then they say, oh man, he's ducking. That's a duck. Man, he ducking. See, this is the reason why we moving on, bro. We worried about other fighters. We'll fight our mandatories because Benavidez don't want. That's the equivalent. That is the equivalent. Fucking insane. Absolutely insane. Anthony Joshua fans are insane. Completely delusional. Now, I get it. You never had anything. So I sort of give you guys a reprieve a little bit. Because, you never had shit. The last fighter y'all had was Lennox Lewis, and y'all degrade Lennox Lewis. Y'all down and disrespect this man. Y'all got Anthony Joshua over Lennox Lewis. Which is delusional within itself. That you have Anthony Joshua over Lennox Lewis. Y'all don't claim Lennox Lewis. You claim Joshua. You do not claim Lennox at all. Not even a little bit. You claim Joshua until Joshua got his ass whooped. And then when Joshua got his ass whooped, the fans that claimed to be his fans left him. Check out BFTB Boxing 125. Yeah, BFTB Boxing 125 tells you all you need to know about Anthony Joshua fans. Y'all are your top five easy. You're worse than Pactards and you're worse than Canelo fans. Easy worse. Now this man right now is still ducking Deontay Wilder. Bro, that was in 2016 where he originally ducked him. We're in 2023. It's going on a decade. Oh no, he didn't duck him. No. What about the DAZN offer? Deontay Wilder did not accept $100 million because Anthony Joshua wasn't on it. Let that sink in. Deontay Wilder could have accepted $100 million to fight 3 fucking bums, Dillian White included. He turned down $100 million fucking dollars because he wanted to fight this bitch ass nigga that bad. So he turned down $100 fucking million. and a DAZN deal. A 3-fight DAZN deal for worth $100 million to fight 3 fucking bums. If Anthony Joshua was on that contract, Deontay Wilder would have signed it. Because he was not on it, he didn't. And you blame this man for turning down $100 million because this man wasn't on the contract. You guys are the absolute, bro, y'all are top 5 without question. Without question. Without question. Which then moved us on in the era of the fucking worst fans in boxing to these niggas. The worst fans in boxing. All right, BFTB started out a Budrick fan. I was an Errol Spence fan too, but I was more of a Budrick fan. I believe Errol Spence didn't want no smoke with this man. This man, Errol Spence wasn't talking. He really don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was left with what I had. And the only thing I had was Budrick saying that he wants to fight and he wants to fight and he wants this and I want this and I want that and you know, Errol Spence ain't that good and all the Keith Thurman's the best and all this other kind of shit. That's what I kept hearing over and over and over again. And I'm like, man, this nigga Budrick, he about that work. So then the nigga moves to 147 and instead of fighting Errol Spence right away, of which he could, he fights Jeff fucking Horn. Now, I didn't trip at first. I was just like, okay, well, you know, it's one of the belts. He wants them all, so that's one of them. He's got to get them anyway. I'm like, bro, that's shitty business because you are a top-ranked fighter. So the best move for you would be to get the belt with the PBC first. Get one of those. You're a top-ranked fighter. Become the mandatory to one of those, right? So they either got to fight you or vacate, or vacate the belt. You could have fought Danny Garcia for the WBC. You could have fought Errol Spence for the motherfucking IBF. Keith Thurman was ducking you. I get it. I understand it. He was ducking everybody. I understand that. But you still could have fought for that vacant WBC title. It was there. And then you could have went right back to the top rank and unified right then. Though that was an option right for you. You said no. You went to Jeff Horn. Okay, got it. Talking about you wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao. Got it. But you did not have to become undisputed at 135. I mean at 140. You could have became Manny Pacquiao's mandatory and moved up. You could have never had to fight Jeff Horn. I mean, Indongo. You could have moved up, but you did, whatever. All right, I supported you. I wrote the IBF to allow you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Multiple emails, multiple times, bombarded them on a daily basis to make sure that, to do my part, to make sure that you could fight for Undisputed, to do my part. Because I was rocking with Budrick. I liked Errol. I thought Errol was the goods. I just didn't think he wanted to fight Budrick. And then Errol came out and was like, bro, listen, man, he told the truth. I'm collecting all the belts over here. And when I'm finished, I'm going to go get that one because I want to be the Undisputed Champion of the world. And I'm like, all right, I hear you. That makes sense to me. So then you don't want to fight Bud right now. Got it. Okay. I'm on Bud's side. I'm rocking with Bud. I'm like, okay, got it. So then, you know, Keith Thurman don't want to fight you. Danny don't want to, they don't want to fight. They don't want to unify. I'm like, okay, well, if those guys don't want to unify and it's strap season, then what season is it WBO? I'm going to Errol. What season is it WBO? Budrick fans was cheering me on. That's right, BF. You're so consistent. That makes sense. You're so honest. Budrick fans, they was cheering me on a day in and day out. There was a few Errol Spence fans that was like, nah, Bud's ducking. And I'm over here like, Bud is not ducking. He's trying to fight you, bro. Bud is not ducking nobody. He wants to smoke with Errol Spence right now. And they're like, nah, he ducking. Shout out to my homie Jamal. Yeah, he ducking, BF. He ducking. And then, you know, they were going personal. Some of them were going personal. He a bitch, blah, 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 blah. And I don't be dealing with that. I don't fuck with all that personal shit. Unless you go personal with me, then I'm going to go personal. But they were shitting on Bud. And I cussed them niggas out, bro. Cussed them out, kicked them off my page and everything. Like, why, what kind of type of time you niggas on? This is about a boxing match between two brothers. What type of time you niggas on? Facts. Then Errol Spence came out and was like, hey, man, when we fight, no problem. It's not going to be this year because I'm unifying with Sean Porter. But when we fight, we can do 60-40. Now, any logical boxing fan, anybody who is a boxing fan and not a casual, not a dick rider, anybody, you know that what makes the fight is the money. Money, there is a specific amount of money that you can offer anybody that they will take. Some people is higher than others. Anthony Joshua is more than $50 million. That man needs like $500 million to fight Deontay Wilder. You know, there's other fighters where, you know, they need a lot less, right? But it all comes down to dollars and cents. If it makes dollars, it makes sense, and they'll make the fight. That's why fighters always say, oh, well, you know, if it makes sense, then, you know, we'll make the fight. Yeah, if it makes sense, if it makes dollars. Because if it makes dollars, it'll make sense. This man came out and told y'all, hey, when we fight, won't be this year because I'm fighting Sean Porter. I'm going to unify with Sean Porter. But when we fight, we can do 60-40 split, which made sense. This Budrick came out and was like, well, he don't want to fight. It's 50-50 or nothing. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. You never said anything about no 50-50 split. You said people don't believe in themselves. Well, you know, that just showed me right there. People don't believe in themselves because, you know, when you want to fight, you'll just, you know, take whatever because you believe in your skills, you know, and then because skills pay the bills, you know, you'll just, you know, you'll take a little, I'll take a little bit less, you know, I'll take less on my side to make sure I can make the fight because I believe in my skills. These guys want their highest paydays. And then you said 50-50 or nothing after this man offered you 60-40 split. Well, you know, I done more in my career than he did in his little career. Like, what are you niggas talking about? And then all the niggas that was cheering me on for my consistency, when I then said this man is inconsistent, they started going at me. I'm like, wait a minute. When I was going at Errol Spence for his inconsistencies, you guys were cheering me on. Rah, rah, BFT, you're our man. If you can't do it, nobody can. So then when I started going at Budrick for his inconsistencies, now all of a sudden I'm a hater. But the Errol Spence fans didn't call me a hater. We literally talked about the facts. What was going on? That's it. What was going on? So when I talked about the facts of what was going on with Budrick, all of a sudden I'm a hater. Like, what the fuck, bro? What do you mean? How am I a hater? The man turned down 60-40. He said 50-50 or no fight. But this is the man calling everybody out. Then they're like, oh, BFT, he really wants to fight him. He wants to fight everybody. I'm like, well, why didn't he fight Sean Porter? Sean Porter ducked him, BF. Sean Porter ducked him. I'm like, no, he didn't. Sean Porter did not duck him. Sean said it too. This man was like, hey, when me and Sean fight, after calling Sean out, sitting there, just waiting on these guys to unify, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, just waiting to unify. And then all of a sudden, when I say we'll fight Sean Porter, well, you know, me and Sean, we cool. We cool. Now I got no desire to fight Sean. I just want to fight Spence. Me and Sean, we cool. Okay. So then I say, all right, well, if you got no desire to fight nobody else, you just want to fight Spence, no problem. Let Errol Spence finish collecting the belts and then fight him for undisputed. If that's the only person you, listen, if the only person you want to fight is Errol Spence, and Errol Spence told you what he's doing, then let him do it and then fight him at the end. You fuck the Budrick lunatics every fucking day. Oh, Errol Spence is ducking. Why don't Errol Spence fight him right now? But you just said, Budrick, you have no desire to unify unless it's Errol Spence. You have no desire. Sean said it too. Sean said it too. I'm blown away here. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. Blown away. I'm sitting here like, so then y'all don't want to fight then. So you just a fan of Terrence Crawford. You don't want that. Then I show them that this man could have became the Errol Spence's mandatory, and they completely changed the subject again. Well, he went the WBO route. But he said he wants to fight Errol Spence. He says that's the only fighter he wants is Errol Spence. So why didn't he become his mandatory? They got no answers. I show you Bomac saying we went the easy route. I show you. And your response to me is, well, Errol Spence said, why wouldn't I go the easy route and knock out Sean Porter? Why wouldn't I go the easy route? Why wouldn't I go the easy route? That's the only thing you remember. You don't remember this man saying he went the easy route instead of becoming Errol Spence's Mando. When Errol Spence was at the top of his game, before his car accident, before any injuries, before anything, the top of his game, instead of fighting him at the top of his game, you fight Jeff Horn. And instead of the Budrick fans saying, you know what, BF, I still think he beats Errol, but his moves is wild. I'm not sure why he's moving like this, but he still beats him, though. He still beats him, in my opinion. He still beats him, but his moves is wild. Instead of you guys doing that, you bigged up Jeff Horn. Errol Spence wanted to fight Jeff Horn. Errol Spence, when Errol Spence said he was food, why was it okay for Errol Spence to say he's food? Why was it okay for... What does that have to do with Terrence Crawford saying he wants to fight Errol Spence? What does Terrence Crawford fighting Jeff Horn? You guys were spinning your fucking heads out. I mean, just spinning your... Just spin. I'm surprised you motherfuckers ain't dizzy still to this day. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that you motherfuckers ain't spinning still. A litany of bullshit went on. I mean, and it was over and over and over. They got an opportunity to fight. This man starts talking about, well, I never fought it. I always fought in my mandatories. And I'm hearing you fighting Keith Thurman. So I'm guessing the fight ain't going to happen. But I need to stay busy fight because, I need a tune-up fight. You negotiate in bad faith with Errol Spence in April. Then you're negotiating with Black People Meet and Errol Spence at the same time. You lie and say you're not doing it until the end of the year when you get caught up, and then you do an Instagram live. You mad at me for getting a bag? I'm getting a bag. You mad at me for getting a bag? And then you goof fucking Budrick Dick Riders come out to me, yeah, why can't he get paid, BF? This is crazy, man. Why can't he get paid, man? I can't believe this, man. Bud can't get paid. Why Bud can't get paid? Man, come on, man. It's crazy. Why Bud can't get paid? And then, when we talk about Errol Spence fighting Keith Thurman, before he fights Terrence Crawford, oh, man, see, look at this. He ducking Terrence Crawford fight Keith Thurman. That shit crazy. Gonna fight no Keith Thurman. Why you gonna fight Keith Thurman, man? We don't care about no Keith Thurman. We don't care about no Keith Thurman, man. We want Errol Spence and Bud. We don't care about no Keith Thurman. But you are the same niggas saying that it was okay for Budrick to fight David Ambrosius so he can get paid. So Errol can't get paid, but Bud can get paid. You niggas are the fucking worst. Top two solid. Top two solid. Solid top two. Solid. Absolute solid top two. 100%. Budrick fans are solid number two. Solid number two. Solid. And then after the fight, after Errol Spence fights Terrence Crawford and Terrence Crawford wins, after that fight, y'all are still complaining. You're still crying like motherfucking bitches. You're using every scenario. Oh, man, here we go. It is the same scenario, which leads me into the next one. Yeah. It leads me to the very next ones right now. It leads me to the next ones. And the next ones all surround this man right here. This nigga. And this nigga. Oh, here we go. Man, it's the same thing. Yeah, here we go. This is the same. We're going right back to Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. Here we go. The same thing. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. It is not the same thing. It is absolutely not the same thing. It's not. Lomachenko fans are absolute trash. Absolute trash. Top 10 without question. Oh, Lomachenko, man, he's so great. Lomachenko is this, Lomachenko is that, man. I'll tell you, Lomachenko, man, the greatest in the fighter in the world. The footwork, the speed, combination, angle. Lomachenko, pound number one. I'll tell you, pound number one over everybody. Lomachenko wants to be undisputed at 126, BFTB. Also, all he wants, he just wants to fight the best. He just wants to be undisputed at 126. And then you have an opportunity to unify with Gary Russell. And his fans tell me over and over again, but we already beat him, though, man. We didn't really want to fight him, man. We already beat him. We already beat Gary Russell. But you said you wanted to become undisputed at 126. You beat Gary Russell for the WBO. Gary Russell beat Johnny Gonzalez for the WBC. If you want to be undisputed, then you still have to fight Gary Russell in a rematch. It would just be a unification. And you give me every fucking excuse on why you won't. In the same breath telling me that you still want undisputed. Well, how the fuck was you planning on getting it? This is insane to me. Fucking insane. Then the man moves up from 120. First off, you move up from 126 to 130. And at the Guillermo Rigondeaux been calling you out for years. You make him move all the way up to fight you. All the way up from that little ass weight, all the way up to fight you. Instead of staying at 126 to fight him, no, you move all the way to 130, make him move up all the way up there to fight you. And then you guys condone it. You condone it. You're okay with it. You're okay with motherfucking Vasil Lomachenko moving up in weight, and then Guillermo Rigondeaux moving up in weight from way the fuck down there. That man was fighting at 122. Yeah, that man said, hey man, you're at 126, I'm at 122, I'll move up to 126 to fight you. Lomachenko turns him down, moves to 130, and then says, well, come up 2 weight classes and fight me. And these are the same fans, these Lomachenko fans are the same ones crying like bitches over this little monkey nigga over here, Tank Davis. Oh man, Devin's so big at 140. He's so big up there, he's so huge. He's so huge, man, he's so huge, man. He's such a big guy, man, this is crazy, Devin's so big, Devin's a middleweight. But the same Lomachenko fans, the exact same ones, were saying it was A-okay for Guillermo Rigondeaux to move up 2 weight classes to fight Lomachenko when Lomachenko was already at 126, where they were 1 weight class apart. These are the same fans, the same exact ones. Lomachenko fans are top 10, easy top 10, easy, not in my top 5. Because this nigga right here is top 5. This nigga right here. His fans are the absolute fucking worst. They are the fucking worst. They're only superseded by Joshua fans. This man's number 4. His fans are fucking trash. Absolute garbage. No one says nothing about this nigga at all. At all, nothing. This man is just sitting down in 126 in obscurity. Blatantly ducked Gary Russell Jr. Blatantly ducked him. Blatantly ducked him. Without question, he ducked Gary Russell. Moved up from 126 after claiming he wants to fight Josh Warrington. And Josh Warrington sent that man a contract. That man did not accept it. He said he wants to fight at home first. And then after fighting at home, moved up. Never fought Josh Warrington. Facts. Moved up to 130. Went to 130 with his friend. His friend. Jermell Herring is his friend. Went to 130. And his friend gave him a sweetheart deal. A 50-50 split as a fucking mandatory. That wasn't good enough for him. After agreeing to a 50-50 split with his friend, he went behind his friend's back on some snake shit to the WBO and got them to give a 67% split in his favor, and then told him, relax, it's just business. But this is your friend. So you're doing shitty ass business deals in bad faith with your fucking friend. You're going around him behind his fucking back. Then you're telling the world you want undisputed at 130. You said that at 126, and you got 1 belt and bounce. Now you're at 130. You want undisputed at 130. This is what you said. You want undisputed. Your fans cheered it on. That's right, BF. He wants undisputed. He's going to reign supreme. BF, he's going to beat all these guys. You fight Oscar Valdez. After fighting Oscar Valdez, that's it. That's it. You throw your belts away on the scale in a fucking voluntary. You did not have to fight him. It was a voluntary. How do you lose your belts in a voluntary? This is like motherfucking Craig from Friday. How do you get fired on your day off? It was a voluntary. You did not have to fight Rob Casamigos. Your mandatory was O'Shaquie Foster. Rob Casamigos was a fucking voluntary. Yet you threw your belts away on the scale in a fucking voluntary. And your fans didn't say shit. Your fan, oh man, he can't make the weight. You condoned it. He can't make the weight, BF. He can't make the weight, man. How you gonna be mad at the man he can't make the weight? How you gonna be mad? It's crazy. You gonna be mad at the man he can't make the weight? He can't make the weight, man. You want him to kill himself? You want him to kill himself, BF, to be making the weight? You want him, this is crazy, man. You want him to kill himself, bro? He couldn't make the weight, man. And these are the same fans that'll tell this man to stay at 35. When the man told you in 2019 he couldn't make the weight. In 2019, he was killing himself. In 2019, the only reason why he was there is because he won undisputed. In 2019. So when he accomplished undisputed in 2022, when he accomplished that, he gave this nigga an opportunity. And this nigga tried to snake Devin in the back. Another one of his friends. That shit dead. Cause, listen, me and him, we supposed to go to a trip, me and him, we supposed to go to we cool, we supposed to go on vacation together, and then, when I called him out in the ring, I called him and I told him, that it was them, they pushing me. Never tell you who they is though. But it was them. They told me to do that. They, on some friend shit, and that's what it is, and that's just that. And now it's up, he a bitch. He a bitch because, what I'm saying, and his fucking fans condoned it. And they're still to this day making fucking excuses. This man was the mandatory to the WBC before Devin Haney fought Vasyl Lomachenko. Facts. Mauricio Suleiman came out and said the winner must fight Shakur Stevenson. Devin sent him a motherfucking offer. 3. He sent him an offer. The man turned it down. He tried to snake him in the back like he snaked Jamel Herring in the back, and Devin wasn't falling for it. And niggas blame Devin. It's Devin's fault that he didn't allow Cashapp Stevenson to snake him in the back. It's Devin's fault. That's what his fucking loser-ass fans say. It's Devin's fault that he didn't allow Shakur to snake him in the fucking back. Because he didn't allow Shakur Stevenson to go to the WBC to have them give them 50 split with the undisputed champion of the fucking world. That's Devin's fault. And these niggas to this day are still blaming Devin. To this day. Saying that Devin ducked because Devin gave this nigga an opportunity at undisputed for 25% when the Mando split is 30. Devin's offer was closer to the reality of it, what it was, than this nigga's ask. This nigga wanted 50-50. Devin offered him 25%. The mandatory split is 30%. Devin was 5% off. 5. This nigga was 20% off. And y'all niggas condone it. You condone it. You're okay with it. You're fine with it. Fine. It's Devin's fault. Devin should have just stayed there until 11:59, December 31st. That's what it is. 11:59, December 31st. He should have just stayed there. 11:59. He got to vacate the belts. 11:59, December 31st. He sent this nigga an offer that this goofy nigga turned down. Instead of his fans saying, "Hey, chill, dog. Listen, bro. Brother Shakur, I think you beat them. I do. I think you beat him. But, listen, bro. You got to take that. You got to take that 25%, bro. You got to take that because, first off, it's 5% away from 30. You're asking for what's 20% away from 30. He's giving you 5% away from 30. And it's not just for the WBC title. It's for undisputed. There is 3 other belts that he's giving you a shot at. 3 at the cheap price of 5%. But instead, y'all say, "Oh, no. Did he get the mandatory split though, BF? He didn't get the mandatory split says 30%. Yes, it is 30% for 1 belt. 1. He gave him an opportunity for his biggest fight, his biggest bag, and undisputed, and the man turned it down. And his fans say, "Oh, well, he just turned down the money, BF. He didn't turn the fight down." Well, how the fuck did you not turn the fight down if you turned down the fucking money for it? You fighting for free? Then they're like, "Oh man, BF, he went to the WBC. He went to the WBC, BF. That's what he did with the WBC." Yeah, he did go. Why didn't he go to Bob Arum? Bob Arum and ESPN are the ones that provide the money for this fight. Cashapp Stevenson even said this. "Oh man, that shit dead. He offered me 25%. But where the money coming from though? Where the money coming from though? See, how he gonna offer me money? It's from ESPN, right? It's ESPN, right? It's Top Rank, right? It's a Top Rank ESPN. Where the money coming from? So why the fuck did you go to the WBC? If you ask it, if you know the money's coming from ESPN and Top Rank. You know this. You say this. So why did you go to the WBC? Why didn't you just go to Bob Arum and Top Rank? Very, very logical statement. But niggas right here, his fucking fans. Nah. See, there you go, BF spinning. There you go, BF just making up stuff, making up lies, BF. There you go. That's not what happened. What happened is, yeah. And then Devin ran. Shakur got in the ring and Devin ran. That's what happened. That's just the end of it. That's just it. Shakur got in the ring and Devin ran. Devin should just gave Shakur exactly what he asked for to make the fight, because that's the fight that I want to see. So fuck what Devin gets. Fuck the fact that Devin struggling to make the weight. Fuck the fact that Devin took fucking 2.8 flat in the undisputed fight. Fuck all that. Shakur don't have to take less just because Devin took less. Shakur don't have to do it. Yeah, and Shakur don't have to fight for undisputed either. He's got options. Pussy, you'll take what is given, or you can fucketh off it. And this goofy ass nigga decided to fucketh off it. And his fans was like, oh man, nah man, this is crazy, man. That's crazy. Devin duck, man. Why Devin ain't giving 50-50, man? Why Devin ain't giving 50-50? Devin duck, man. That's crazy. Why Devin ain't giving 50-50? These the same niggas. The same fucking horrible whack ass fan base who then come out and say Frank Martin duck Shakur because Frank Martin asked for more money. And then Shakur Stevenson comes out and says, that shit dead. He asked for 50-50. How you gonna get 50-50, man? He asked for 50-50. And then you look at the rules, and the rules say for a vacant WBC title, it's a 50-50 split. So the only thing he did was ask for what's in the rules. So Cashapp Stevenson asked for 50-50 with the undisputed champion of the world, which there is nowhere in no rules whatsoever. In no rules, nowhere. But they'll try to spin it. They're fucking trash. They'll try to spin it. Oh, exceptional value. That don't mean shit. Nowhere in it does it say with exceptional value we'll go a 50-50 split with the undisputed champion. Nowhere in there. Nowhere. They're talking about one belt and one belt only. But you goofy ass Shakur dick riding niggas. Oh, exceptional value says exceptional value. It says what? At best for one belt, at best was a 55-45 split at best for one belt, at best. Yet you asked for and demanded 50-50 or no fight. And that was just for one belt. One belt. One. But yet, Frank Martin ducked you. Frank Martin ducked. Because Frank Martin didn't see the full numbers. He didn't see that. He thought the offer that was on the table, well, hey, this is a good deal for me. I accept. Let's get it popping. He did what Shakur didn't do. Yeah, Shakur never accepted. Frank did accept. But then you say Frank Martin ducked because Frank was like, whoa, hold up. I'm about to sign this shit. And there's more money there. There's more money right there. Where did that come from? I'm about to sign to fight this bum ass nigga. And now all of a sudden, the money that I agreed on in the term sheet, the money that I agreed on in the contract, is not the money y'all are showing me that's in the pot. So now I want more. I'm agreeing to fight you. If everything was accurate, if it was all accurate, no problem. We can get it popping. We can get it popping. We can absolutely get it popping if it's all accurate, right? It's not. The term sheet is on what's in the term sheet and what's in the contract is not what's in the pot. You lied to me. You negotiated with me in bad faith again. I agreed to take this. You negotiated in bad faith. And you know what Cashapp Stevenson fans do? They say, well, his team accepted it though. Who cares? He's the one fucking fighting. His team ain't fighting. His team is not fucking fighting. Frank Martin is fighting. Frank Martin is the one that saw that the numbers was fucked up and was like, hey, wait, whoa, time out, bro. What's up with that? Like he should. But these are the same guys, the same ones that said, oh man, Bill Cap, because Bill sent a faulty contract to Gary Russell. Gary Russell, man. Bill sent a faulty, Bill didn't spell his name right on a term sheet to Gary Russell. That's why the fight, because it was Bill's fault. Bill. These are the same fans, the same ones, the same exact ones. No, it's Bill's fault. Bill sent a faulty term sheet. It was a faulty, the contract was fucked up. The contract was fucked up. Yet these are the same ones that are saying that Frank Martin should have signed a fucked up contract. Yeah. These niggas, Cashapp Stevenson, Cashapp Twitterson, these fans are number two, only superseded by that monkey nigga. That nigga right there. That nigga. The number one worst fans in the entire sport of boxing are that nigga fans. Tank Davis fans. They are the number one worst fans in the entire sport of boxing. The entire sport. They are number one. Number fucking one. Oh, first it was Floyd's fault. Man, Floyd's the one holding back, man. Floyd, it's Floyd, man. Floyd, man. This nigga was the gorilla. Ooh, that great ape. Yeah, the great ape. That big gorilla, the big monster, that killer, the apex predator. King Kong, the great ape. Gervonta Tank Davis. Yeah. And after all this time, all I realized is it's a little monkey nigga. That's all it is. Little monkey nigga. That ain't no fucking grit. It's a little monkey nigga. That's the only thing I realized in all this time. Little monkey nigga. This nigga, this dude, bro. His fans are the absolute worst. The absolute worst. He is the A side to everybody. Everybody. BFTB has been saying for at least 5 years. 5 years solid. That Gervonta Tank Davis beats everybody from 147 and down. Well, actually, it was 140 and down. I just recently added 147. Just recently, within the last year. But before that, it was 140 and down. He beats them all. Not beats them all. He fuck around and stops them all. Not named Devin Haney. I've been saying the same thing. Then I added 47. When I added 47, I still believe to this day that he beats Terrence Crawford. To this day, I believe it. To this day. Right now, I believe it. He beats them all. Only one he doesn't beat is Errol Spence, unless it's the Errol Spence that fought Terrence Crawford. If that Errol Spence shows up, he beats him too. If it's the Errol Spence that fought Kell Brook, the Errol Spence that fought Danny, the Errol Spence that fought the rest, Errol Spence wins, and it ain't even close. Errol Spence, Jerron Boots Ennis, and Devin Haney. There is over 100,000 boxers that box from 147 and down. I picked Gervonta Davis to not just beat them, to stop them. Every single one. Stop them. I have that much high hopes and praise for this man. I pick him to stop them all. Every single one of them. They will not go the distance. Yet he will not fight none of them. Me, BFTB, was part of the little monkey nigga team. Yes, I was part of it. Yes, I was. BFTB was out here like, oh man, listen, Ryan, man, Tank stops all these guys, man. Why does Lomachenko want to fight Tank Davis? Tank don't even got a belt. Why is Loma trying to fight Tank, man? Tank don't got no belt. And Loma's calling him out. He ain't got a belt yet. What the fuck going on? And motherfuckers telling me, my homie Prodigy, shout out to Prodigy. My homie says, hey, well, aren't you BFTB? I say, yes, I am. Well, isn't Tank and Loma two of the best fighters? I say, yes, they are. They said, well, then why don't you want them to fight if your best fight the best? I said, you're goddamn right. You are goddamn right. Salute to Prodigy. You are absolutely correct. You're right. You're right. And from that point forward, BFTB has been looking at Tank a little bit differently every single day. Every single day. Just small amounts. The cup was full and you just kept a drop of duck just kept going in. One drop of duck, just a drop of duck. And the cup was full. It was full to the brim. But you know, you can keep dropping a drop of duck in there over and over and over again. You can keep dropping it. And if you drop the duck in there slowly, then there'll be a bulge at the top. There'll be a bulge of duck at the top of the cup. And then you drop that one more drop in there, and then the duck just spills over. That's exactly what just happened. Gervonta Tank Davis ducked Lomachenko for years. Years and years and years. Floyd Mayweather coming out talking about Tank is young, Lomachenko's old, and Lomachenko's trying to rush his career. He's trying to rush, and then Tank hears that shit and fucking piggybacks on it. He old. Well, you know he old, and you know he trying to rush his career. You know I'm young, and I got time. You know he gotta do it now. You know he old. I'm like, nigga, you know this nigga behind me is like 5 years younger than you? You know this nigga Devin's like 5 years younger than you, right? So the same thing that you said about Loma, Devin can say about you. You're old. You need to rush your fucking career right now. Yeah, you need to rush your career. I got plenty of time. if you was calling him out. That's not what he's saying. The young nigga is trying to fight you. And you're making every fucking excuse. You ducked this man for years. You ducked Gary Russell. You could have fought Gary Russell. That was a huge fight in the DMV. Huge fight. Back then, Gary Russell was undefeated. You were undefeated. Gary Russell had a belt. You had a man that was gigantic. That would have been top fucking 5 pay-per-view boxing matches. That and you couldn't even have had it in the DMV. You would have had that motherfucking, and you would have had to go to Vegas. You would have had to have gone to Vegas. Or somewhere where the arena is gigantic. Maybe ATL. Bro, that would have sold out no matter what. No matter where you went. That was huge. You ducked that man. You were offered $5 million to fight Tevin Farmer in a fight where you would have killed him. You would have knocked Tevin Farmer smooth out, I believe it. You ducked that fight. You turned that down. So that's Lomachenko you ducked. That is Gary Russell you ducked. That is Tevin Farmer you ducked. All of them you ducked. Back to back to back. Lomachenko kept calling you out. You ducked him. You kept, that fight not gonna happen. You know, it'll happen down the line. You know, not right now. You know, and everybody's agreeing with it. I'm like, I'm fighting the demons in myself. I'm fighting the inner duck demons to be like, this nigga's ducking, bro. And I'm like, nah. It's Floyd. It's Floyd. I can't blame Tank. I'm blaming Floyd. It's Floyd. Floyd's holding him back. I did fucking live streams. I did fucking videos. They're still up where I'm saying Floyd Mayweather is jealous of Tank Davis. I'm not blaming Tank. I'm blaming Floyd. I'm blaming Floyd. Floyd held him back. It's Floyd. You did it, Floyd. I can't sit here and believe that this apex killer, this gorilla, is ducking. I can't do it. Floyd's holding back. Floyd. And then this man comes out and says he never asked for the big fights. If you never asked for the big fights and you fought who they put in front of you, how can you say you're the top dog when you know what the fights that the world wants you to fight in? Ryan Garcia was clearly just a money grab. Ryan Garcia could never fuck with this man ever. I don't give a damn when they fought. Tank beats him. It don't really matter when they fought. Ryan Garcia is not on the level of no Tank Davis at all. He's not. There's only one fighter in those low weights who's on the level of Tank, and that is Devin. No one else. All those other guys are like distant seconds and thirds. There's nobody else on the level but a Devin Haney. That's it. That's it. It is Devin and Tank, and Floyd knows it. Floyd knows it. Tank knows it. Which is why Tank has everything to say about Devin and nobody else. You got all this vim and vigor towards Devin. You have nothing towards Loma. All this vim and vigor towards Devin. You have nothing towards Frank Martin. All this vim and vigor towards Devin. You got nothing towards Shakur. No BF. He said something. That's what his fans will say. His fans will be in my comments, right? Oh, no, BF. He said something about Shakur. Yeah, he did. And he said 30 tweets before that he tweeted and deleted about Devin, then one about Shakur, and then 30 tweets but after that he tweeted and deleted about Devin. So yes, he did say something about Shakur. He actually said something about Lomachenko too when they asked him who was his hit list. And he mentioned Devin, Shakur, and Loma. And not sent anybody. This man is the A-side to everybody. His fans will tell you in a heartbeat, Tank the A-side, man. Tank dictate terms. Tank dictate terms. He the A-side, Tank. And then there'll be the same ones that say that somebody is ducking Tank Davis. And what I'll say is, how can I duck the A-side if the A-side never sent an offer? And then all of these tankomaniacs will be like, oh man, well Devin, that's the only man. They don't talk nothing about Loma, nothing about Shakur. I'll say that with no names and they'll just go right to Devin. Well, Devin should just stay at 135. Why did Devin go to 140? Devin's big, Devin's a middleweight, Devin's a heavyweight. Devin's gigantic, man. Look how big Devin is. Why don't no Devin got to move back down? When I said Gervonta Tank Davis is the A-side to everybody. Cashapp Twitterson and Vasil Dukachenko, yeah, he's the A-side to both of them. So why isn't he sending them an offer? Tankomaniac's response is, Well, Devin Haney said he was going to fight Shakur Stevenson, and then, you know, Regis Portray, and he fought Regis Portray. He picked Regis Portray over Shakur Stevenson. So I'm saying that's the reason why I don't like Devin, and Bill be lying, and Bill always be lying, because Bill said they're going to stay there to the end of the year, and then they vacate the belts in December, which is the end of the year, but don't matter. It ain't December 31st. It's December 31st, 12 at 11:59, and they supposed to do that right there, December 21st, 11:59. At 11:59, they end of the year, BF. That's the reason why, because they ducked Shakur Stevenson. I'm like, once again, Tank Davis, this little monkey nigga, is the A side to everybody. Anybody he wants to fight, he sends a term sheet to. He sends a contract to anybody. Oh man, $20 million was fake. It wasn't even real, man. 20 million. They know to call Al Heyman. Why they didn't call Al, BF? Because they really don't want to fight. That $20 million they offered. Yeah, it don't matter if Eddie Hearn came out and said that, yeah, it was true. Yeah, that 20. It don't matter if Bill came out and said it was true. Bill be lying, man. He be lying. So nobody needs to go check if it's true. Nobody needs to call the zone and figure out if it's true. Al Heyman don't got to call the zone. They need to call Al Heyman. That's what needs to happen. Al Heyman just sit there knowing that $20 million on the table for his fighter. But he don't got to make no calls to see if the money's real or not. Nope. None of that. He don't got to do none of that. And then the Budrick Nut Gobblers will pop back up, because those guys are the Shakur Stevenson fans. They'll pop back up and be like, here we go. Same thing with Bud and Earl. See, same thing. When it was Earl, y'all said call Al. That's what y'all said, call Al. And now here we go with Tank Davis, and now it's a different story. Now it's a different story now. Oh, yeah, it is a different story. Yeah, it is a different story. It 100% is. I don't remember Errol Spence saying, hey, Al fucking me over, so if you see me somewhere else, then you'll know why. Yeah, I don't remember Errol Spence ever saying that. Because if Errol Spence said that, well then, Terrence Crawford could have called Errol Spence, of which they had a phone conversation, and said, okay, well, you're no longer with Al Heyman. How about these hedge funds? Yeah. And then you motherfuckers will come to me and talk to me in a heartbeat about, oh, well, shit, I mean, listen, it's the same thing. Listen, man, I'm just saying, well, I mean, the B-side can send offers, man. Why don't the B-side send offers? B-side, BF, yeah, Tank's the A-side, but the B-sides can send offer too. Canelo will send offers, Canelo, so then Devin sends him an offer. Then it's like, oh man, look at his pay-per-views though. Look at Devin pay-per-views, look at Tank pay-per-views. Tank's pay-per-views is, he does $5 million pay-per-views, BF. Gervonta Tank Davis does, his gates are the highest gates ever in history, BF. Devin Haney only did 50,000 pay-per-views. He only did 39,000 pay-per-views, BF. So I'm just saying, that's the reason why Tank don't got to fight him. He's clout chasing Tank, man. He's not even a draw. And then Tank Davis will come out fighting yet another Mexican who has never fought on pay-per-view. And you guys will say, man, it's a good fight. I'm buying it because I support black business. But I ain't buying Devin Haney, man. I'm streaming that because, you know, Devin don't sell. Devin ain't a draw. Devin ain't this and Devin ain't that. I'm going to stream that one, though. I'm streaming that. I'm going to watch it, but I'm streaming it because Devin's boring, so I'm going to stream it. I'm going to waste more time to try to stream it because it wastes more time. Because you got to click on it, click out, click on it again, click out, click on it again, click out, click on it, and maybe click on it again. Then it'll cut off on you. Got to do it again. Yeah, BF streamed a couple fights. So I know what it's like. I know what happened. I know how it works. When you can literally just pay the money and watch it, no problem. But then you'll tell me, I'm paying for everything Tank, because Tank's exciting. He's exciting, but then you waste your time to stream a fight that you say is not exciting. Only to tell me about how big Devin Haney is. And that's the reason why the pillow-fisted, no-chin Devin has to move down to 135, where he said in 2019 that he can't make the fucking weight. All the while, the same people, these niggas, are jumping into the picture talking about how Cashapp Twitterson couldn't make the weight at 130, which is why he moved up and ducked O'Shaquie Foster, his WBC mandatory. Yet these same motherfuckers will come back and say, well, Devin gotta fight his fucking mandatory. And the only reason why Tank Davis is his fans are worse is because Tank dictates everything. Whitterson don't. Gervonta Tank Davis dictates everything to everybody. Everybody. You guys will argue me down. Tank maniacs will argue me down to the ground telling me about how this man dictates everything with everybody. Nah, you can't dictate nothing to him. Leonard Ellerby will come out and saying Tank's the face of boxing. Tank dictates. Tank's the one. If and when they fight, Tank will be the one sending it. So then I say, okay, we'll send a contract. And then you guys will tell me right after that, the same people will tell me the B-sides can send a contract too, BF. The same fucking Tankamaniacs. Right after telling me that Devin is the B-side and can't dictate shit. Leonard Ellerby right. Devin ain't a draw. He only did 50,000 pay-per-views. He ain't no draw. He don't sell. Tank sells out. Tank's the A-side. Devin ain't no draw. And then I'll say, okay, we'll send an offer. Well, Devin can send an offer to the same people in the same fucking conversation. Devin can send one. Why can't the B-side? Canelo. Why can't the B-side? So then when Devin sends one, then it's Devin's so heavy, man. The same people. When the B-side sends an offer, oh man, Devin's so big. Look how big Devin is, man. Listen, bro, I'm scared for this fight because to me, I don't listen. I think Tank beats him, but not fighting a middleweight. You know, I mean, he's fighting a middleweight. This guy, I think Tank, I'm with you, BF. I think Tank beats everybody from 147 down. I think he knocks out Terrence Crawford too. But we're scared of Devin Haney though, because Devin's a middleweight. Devin don't punch like Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford has all knockouts at welterweight. You guys call Devin pillow-fisted with no chin. But yet Devin has to move down to 135, but it's A-okay for Tank to fight Crawford. Gervonta Tank Davis fans are the worst fans, the absolute worst fans in the entire sport of boxing. The absolute worst. Followed by Shakira Twitterson. The absolute worst. And guess this is what they'll do. Watch the comments. They'll be in the comments saying, Devin Haney fans are the worst too because Devin Haney said he's staying at 135 for the rest of the year, and Devin be lying. Devin be capping. Devin said, why did Devin duck Shakur? Because Devin, could have gave him 50-50. Why didn't Devin, it's Devin's fault. It's Devin's fault that Shakur Stevenson ducked O'Shaquie Foster. It's Devin's fault. Why didn't Devin give rematch Lomachenko? Devin could have rematched Lomachenko. He lost that fight, BF. Devin really lost that fight, and Devin's on drugs. He's on drugs because no way does Devin gain that power to drop Regis. But then Regis is trash. Regis is not even good, even though I said that Devin ducked Regis a year ago. But now I'm saying that Regis is garbage because Devin beat him. They'll be in my comments. They'll be in my comments. Gervonta Tank Davis fans are the absolute fucking worst fans in the sport of boxing. They are the absolute fucking worst fans in boxing. Trash. You have a fighter who is in a position to make any and every fight he wants. Gervonta Tank Davis can give you guys every fight. He can give the sport of boxing every fight we want, and he is not. And you guys are literally condoning it. You're okay with it because you're scared to fucking death. You're horrible fucking fans. Absolute trash. Absolute fucking trash. You're a fucking cancer to the sport of boxing. Because the sport of boxing is the best fighting the best. That's what it is. And you guys are trying to justify a rematch with Pitbull Cruz. You're trying to justify a fight with Raya when you have Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson and Lomachenko right there. Nah, Shakur tied up though, BF. Loma tied up, BF, and Shakur's on the other side of the street. Yeah? Well, what's your excuse to not fight Frank Martin? BFTB. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And I'm out.